From a distance, it could be any struggling South Korean farm, apart from the strangely reinforced nature of the pens and the unmistakable silhouettes of their inhabitants. This is one of the country's biggest bear farms, home to 270 Asiatic black bears. Known also as moon bears for their crescent-shaped markings, they're raised for the medicinal properties of their bile. Government regulations specify that it can only be extracted from a slaughtered bear more than 10 years old. Some in these cages are older than 20. The system here is starkly simple. Young bears starting out in these communal cages, and as the years pass, they're separated out. Adult bears ending up in these tiny individual cages. An entire life lived in these filthy conditions, waiting for death, and these days all of it essentially for nothing. Farmers like Kim Kwang-soo say the market for homegrown bear bile has collapsed. South Koreans instead are buying it more cheaply in China and Vietnam. Kim says he hasn't slaughtered a bear for years and is running his farm at a loss as he waits for the government to resolve a long-festering problem.
I also feel sad that I have to raise them in this unpleasant environment. I hope that the government consults with farmers and pushes for a bill that would stop bear farming as soon as possible.
Activists also blame a government that encouraged the practice in the 1980s, when extracting bile from live bears was the norm, and then imposed a number of restrictions. No sale of meat or skins, for example, without opening negotiations on a final settlement.
Such a process did not exist up until 3 years ago. The Ministry of Environment didn't do anything. It is a relief that the talks are happening. 32 years have passed, though.
The Environment Ministry says it hopes to start an investigation this year and come up with firm proposals, perhaps including rehousing bears in theme parks. The main issue is whether the government will be mandated to buy every captive bear and at what price.
Optimal measures would include conducting DNA analysis on all bears and determining whether to purchase them rather than purchasing all of them.
Some find an irony then in a more than $10 million government program to reintroduce indigenous Korean moon bears to a mountain park. Recent births publicized and celebrated. In the meantime, the government says it has no power to enforce better conditions for the bears kept in failing farms around the country. They are, it says, private property. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, Dangjin, South Korea.